What up? Yeah, I wanted to be real about something I was saying earlier. A lot of people ask me when I'm on like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube and everything. A lot of people say, you know, you put a lot of your business out. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's like they don't catch the fact I'm talking about family. There's no business in family. Unless I'm an employee of a family-owned business, there's no business in family. This is I use like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube sometimes. To reach out and connect with my family. Because I have a lot of family I don't know, and I'm pretty sure there are a lot of friends of certain family members I have that will do whatever they can to micromanage or dictate that none of those family members come around. And, I know I have limits. I know, sometimes some people aren't the best people you want to be around. However, I want to know my culture. I want to know who I am. So, when I'm frustrated, I say a lot of things on here. It's not business. This is me socializing, reaching out, networking with my family. I'm trying to consolidate my family to figure out who am I, my culture. I say that because, like I was saying earlier, sometimes people say I don't look right. I look weird. I look different. Sometimes I dress in real nice clothes that I feel look very nice. They cost a lot of money. You know, I like them because they're comfortable. Sometimes people don't say you look nice. Sometimes I gotta wear what the next person's wearing for someone to say, hey, you look nice. Like that's like I got a unibrow. I would like to know if there's something in my culture that can explain why certain people think this is weird. Like how I love cars. I love cars enough. A lot of people don't respect my. Some people think I go overboard with my car. Maybe that's my culture. You know, maybe it's just weird, and I always ask that because you can have a relative that has a friend that's not aware of that. Not aware of the value you're worth because they know your relative who always relies on them, to be their friend or something. And you might have older generations of family older than that relative with the friend who have wealth and who don't need friends. They don't really care about friends because they can afford to do all the things they can do with a friend. They can afford to go buy a car, go do whatever they want, or go buy a house. They're not worried about friends, and they're worried about family. They're worried about tradition. They're worried about working, keeping business as usual. So, when I have someone trying to almost micromanage and control that and dictate that kind of gets annoying because I feel like a lot of friends that come from certain relatives, it's like sometimes friends try to block out my relatives I don't know. So yeah, I gotta use Facebook, Twitter, whatever way I can network and track them down and find them. I shouldn't have to use these to find my relatives. You never want to have more friends to support you than family because it makes life very hard. It makes life like driving a manual transmission car over an automatic. It's like driving a stick shift. It's very hard. You have to have a lot of skill. It takes a lot of technique to do. It's not something you just get in and know how to do. You don't know how to just, switch the gears without, you know, breaking the clutch. I mean, clutch in the car. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I say I want to figure out my culture because say I do look weird and say I'm not trying to be part or say I'm trying to be part of something that I'm not welcome to be a part of. I need to know that because somebody might try to change my culture. Somebody might try to change who I am, and I might not know that. You know, a friend of a relative might try to change that, and that might not be me, and I might have a problem, and there might be older generation with wealth and respect. You know, they might not have respect in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, or they might not have respect in this house, but they might be very respectful in other places, and certain people might not ever even dare to cross that line, you know. So I need to know, can I trust everything that's going on with my family about my culture, you know? And I say that with the tradition of working, making our own money, family business, and keeping everything cool, you know, because, you know, I'm not good with imagination, you know, so no, I would never put a friend over a relative, you know, I would never expect my relatives to accept all my friends, but I have family sometimes, and sometimes I look at it like I see a lot of unresponsible friends, certain family members hang with. So, no, you know, just because one relative hates this family member or that family member, they don't like them, or this family member then was being stingy and didn't give you a few dollars when they had it. If they work for it, they probably assume you're gonna work just like them and respect our culture. We're gonna keep a tradition. So no, I'm not mad at them if they have money and they didn't offer me none, because I go to work just like they went to work and they made their money, you know, because they're not going to ask me for money if I go to work and make my money. So no, I'm not mad at them, but I'm not going to let a friend, an unresponsible friend, make that decision of who do I like and who I don't like. I'm not going to let a relative tell me I can't like this relative, I can't respect my culture over them being unresponsible. Because I'm gonna tell you a lot of what was going on. You know, what I see a lot sometimes. I see a lot of women in my family at work. You know, almost slave. It makes me so mad because I work and I slave, but I'm not a woman. And you know, so it makes me question: do these people think I'm a woman? Do the men in the family think I'm like the women? Do they think I'm a woman because they talk a little crazy sometimes, as if I am a woman, and I'm not a woman? And you know, it gets, you know, it gets very annoying because you know, it puts you in a situation because you're looking, everybody's stressed out, but you got certain family that don't care. You know, they don't care about, oh, your car costs this much a month. Oh, this rent costs this much more. Oh, your clothes cost this much. Just something you enjoy doing. Having fun, having a good time, not bothering them. Not even in their face. They don't understand how much that costs, you know? And it makes you really mad. And it makes you as mad, probably, as the older generation. Because they probably got mad, you know? You say, why don't the older generation come around? It shouldn't be this hard to find my family. I'm really, you know, especially when I'm not asking nobody for no free handouts, not asking for no money. I just want to know, who am I? You know, I don't want to see no friends, nobody's friend, no relatives that, you know, I don't, no in-laws, none of that. I want to see, who am I? Why do people look at me different as a person? Why do people feel I look different? I'm not getting plastic surgery because how I look. I want to know my culture. So I need a family member to clarify this. If there is something in my culture that most people don't look like, because you know I just don't do that, you know. It's not me. I've never had a really good imagination. I don't even play video games. I've never really played video games. I can't get into video games because I felt like this is artificial intelligence. Why would I play a video game but I can go to work and I can have this stuff? You know? When I watch videos and stuff, I don't sit there and, pretend. You know? It's like, for example, it's like in rap, everyone talks about having Audemars watches. You know, I heard Jay-Z say it. I've heard a few people say it after I heard Jay-Z say it. It's a trend. I'm not going to talk about an Audemars watch if I don't have one. I have a Sector watch. So I'll talk about a Sector watch. Is that good enough? It costs a lot. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Me and imagination is just, I don't get along with imagination. So, no, I am not replacing my family with friends. No, I don't care. You know? That's why, like, when people say I put my business out too much, no, it's not business. It's me socializing, trying to reach, trying to connect, trying to reunite, network with my relatives I don't know, who don't know I exist because of other relatives. Whatever relationship they had before my birth, I don't know. But I'm trying to figure out what it is. You know? And the thing about it, I got a lot of family, honestly, that don't work. They don't do a lot. They're very territorial about things, but I mean, they feel like they're that age where I shouldn't have to work. I'm older. But they're not that old, you know? I work with people way older than some of my elders, you know? I work with people 20 years older than my elders who go to work every day, you know? And it's crazy because, they wouldn't understand if I explained to them how old my older relatives are that I'm working over. I'm working so much, I'm stressing, and it's not just me, it's women too in my family, they're working, and we don't have habits, so sometimes certain people just, the mindset, like I was trying to tell my younger relatives how to use checkbooks and things, and I'm thinking they automatically know this. You know what I mean? They listen to the rap, but then they get caught up. They listen to the wrong rappers, and they listen to rappers talk about forget bank accounts and credit cards because them rappers went in debt. Every rapper who says that leaves out the main reason they don't like it because they went in debt. It's not because they getting ripped off by the banks and all that. They went in debt and they couldn't pay it back. So I'm sitting to myself saying, well, who programmed in these my younger relatives, the younger generation, who programmed this in their mind that you don't need a checkbook to live life? What is going on? And so it's like, it's just really crazy. And like, it gets stressful because, I was when certain relatives like do things, sometimes they have consequences, and it's more than one. It's more than one relative. There's consequences. Some make dumb decisions. I have family that rob each other. I have family that have hurt each other. Sometimes I wonder if I've ever been hurt by any family and just not knowing it. If they just never manned up to say it, I don't care about it. Money is whatever, family's not business. So financial money is not an issue with family. But, one thing about it is, You know, sometimes you have family, they don't have jobs, they don't have benefits, they don't medical benefits, stuff like that. So as much as you're happy to see that your family is alive and breathing, sometimes unresponsible decisions get them places in where you want to celebrate because they're still here, they're still living, they're still breathing. But you know, you can't do that because everyone's stressing about who's gonna pay the bill. You know, and it's rough. It makes it so rough. It's really rough. It's like driving a truck in the mud. You know, it's hard. It's really really hard because you know it's just it's very hard because they don't stop. You know, it keeps happening. More bills, more bills, more bills. You know, you say, well, Dad, I caught the flu. I don't even go to the hospital when I get the flu no more. I just deal with being sick. You know, I don't, and you know, that's why you start getting mad because you're like, I'm the one working and I don't even, if I ain't got enough money to go get a checkup, how you got it? You know what I mean? So, you know, that's how it get, and it gets stressful. It just keep happening. And you know, you say, well, what's going to stop it? And I don't know, you know? I don't know what to say. You know, you just, I don't know. You know, you get into confrontation, get into argument, fight. Ain't nobody scared of nobody. Ain't nobody scared of each other. You don't know what to do anymore. You know? So it's just like, I don't know. But, you know, I want to know my culture. I want to know my family, you know? I guess the most stressful thing about it, when I was a child, before the year 1996, I was like a prince almost, you know? Someone treated me like a prince. I have royalty. So I think about the businesses that we would have had, the job opportunities, you know, everything. You think I'm talking about driving luxury cars now? You would have seen what we would have had back then. Now, you know, if everything was negotiated and taken care of, and I feel like, why should I have to work at 24? And why do people expect not to work? And you know, when I think about 1996, it puts me back in that 1996 state of mind, and I say, like, why am I the one working? You know, I haven't, I had to work kind of since 1996, like, since a kid, you know. It's almost like, you know, you wonder, how does somebody quit and it's 10 times worse, you know? So, I don't know. I'm very confused. Like, you know, I get really, really frustrated with that. And it's very, very frustrating. Like, beyond frustrating. I think about every time I get on Route 22, I take a ride, and I find I find myself at a place, you know, where very respectful people, older generations, some of my greats, you know, I know they didn't get there from not working, you know what I mean? They got there because they worked and they made a name for themselves, and that's why they here, you know. So I don't know what to do, you know, but I do want to know who I am and my culture. So no, I don't feel bad for a lot of stuff I say. I just know I'm worth. I know our family's worth a little bit more than most friends want to admit. And you know, all it's gonna do is keep trying to depreciate us. But you know, we can get over this. We can figure something out. All right, y'all know what it is.